Hello, my name is Taco Sieber. I'm at PH7 Advisors. You're clicking on this because you're probably interested in setting up a hedge fund or a private equity fund or another alternative fund and do not necessarily know where to start. It is always very difficult to figure out what the service providers it is that you need to select. And what people sometimes seem to forget is that effectively when you start a hedge fund, you start two legal entities. You start a hedge fund manager and you start a hedge fund itself. You have a wide choice about how to do so, using umbrella or fund umbrellas or regulatory umbrellas, or setting it up yourself. And so there's a whole range of issues to be considered because you have to hire a whole range of service providers, administrators, legal, prime broker, auditor, tax advisors, compliance, as well as setting up the right structure for you. Are you going to go UCITS, Cayman, Luxembourg, or is another structure better, and what terms? The problem you're facing as a starting hedge fund manager is that you will be inundated by people trying to sell you their solution. So if you talk to a legal firm, they say, well, we are independent about what structure you do and we can do everything. But the concept of putting it all together is always much more difficult because every choice has a marketing impact on your chances of getting the money, which is usually the biggest hurdle for people, and to setting yourself up and how to approach potential investors. And so that feedback mechanism, that 360 view as to how it all ties in together, unfortunately is quite often missing from most of the people you will talk to. My background is I've done it, seen it. I've seen a couple of hundred hedge funds a year. I looked at their operations. I looked at their marketing. I set up other asset managers. So I have a pretty good view about what it all takes. And there's a process to go through. So that process effectively comes with experience, having done it a few times. And so my advice always to a starting manager is please retain someone who's done it and give you honest advice rather than try to do it by yourself, because in the end you will take a longer time. Usually you spend more money and because there are a whole range of issues which are not necessarily familiar or are being misrepresented or badly explained to you or suboptimal. I'm not trying to sell any particular solution ever. I wish to work with starting managers. I like the entrepreneurial space, hence I set up my own company. And so there is no one size fits all. So let's have a conversation as to can I help or how I can help. So please give me a call or send me an email. We can have a preliminary meeting, a phone meeting, or otherwise a cup of tea or lunch. And take it from there to see where you wish to start up. And sort of invariably one of the things are that a whole range of issues are suddenly becoming clear, plus of course the cost of doing business, which should never be underestimated. Starting a hedge fund is not in whichever way you look at it too cheap. So it's a hurdle, it's an investment, but it's an investment in your future. And I think everybody needs to make that decision if they wish to make that jump. But if so, make the investment in time, effort, and a little bit extra money to get it right.